Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video, and today we've got Mid Vegeta, and I'm calling him Mid Vegeta. He's really labeled in the game as early Vegeta, but this is Mid Vegeta. If we're talking about where Vegeta was at the same time as Mid Goku, it was this one. I don't, like they have the other one named as Scouter Vegeta, which he's got a Scouter on, but that to me, Scouter Vegeta to me is the early Vegeta. That's the same Vegeta that was around at the same time as early Goku. Therefore, I feel like it's only right for that one to be early and this one to be mid. And the reason why it's so important for us to label him as mid today is because this is Vegeta's most mid form. I'm sorry to say, but he's kind of mid, y'all. And compared to like mid Goku is peak. We all can agree that mid Goku is peak, but mid Vegeta is mid. And I'm going to try to go over some of the things that I've realized why and what makes him mid in this game, in the meta. So let's just get started. So when it comes to this one, this Vegeta has Super Saiyan. He's got the Super Saiyan evolution form, which he's the one that he used against Semi-Perfect Cell, the buff form that he fought with. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that form per se, but it costs 2 skill points, and in this game, skill points are everything. Like you want to be like, you only in some cases want to really transform if you get a massive upgrade. And I don't want to slow down my combat. So it's like sometimes it's good, especially if you're in a long going match. But his Super Saiyan 1 transformation in this is what's mid. It's so mid to me. I don't know why. Like if you want a rush attack as opposed to having a key spam and just a blast, then that's fine. But his base form, you might as well in most cases stay in his base form. Because within the base form, you get Explosive Wave and you get full power instant sparking. So you get a lot of goodies with his base form. His base form is probably one of the best forms within Mid Vegeta himself, which is crazy to say. That's crazy work. I was like, they must have hated him. They hated this one specifically. Why? Because Vegeta from Super is actually pretty good. I actually really like the way that they did that one. And even, I haven't used Scouter Vegeta much. I might try him out just to see if there's something that I might be missing with that one. Because I don't know, maybe it could be worse. Maybe it's better. Because I know a lot of people like that Dirty Fireworks attack, which I like too. That's one of my favorite early time Vegeta attacks is Dirty Fireworks, especially in the game. So, it's so unique to him. But from a skills perspective, that's what we've got going on with this Vegeta. And the full power charge is great because his ultimate, even though not unblockable, is an explosive wave. And you know what happens when you have an explosive wave. You can literally just do a full-on Hail Mary, just rush straight over to whoever you're fighting, and then just pop it. Now, I like having a beam also, so his first attack is a beam. You'll rarely ever see me using the key spam because it doesn't work as well as I would like it to. For an attack that costs the same as the blast, I might as well just do the blast. Only get 2 of these Dragon Dashes here. Unfortunately, Dragon Dashes are always a great thing to be in great supply of. One really great saving thing though, if we get outside of the realm of blasts and abilities. See, look at this. He rushes straight over and I've got my counter. He just ended the match himself essentially. I could have popped that probably like a little bit before that and he still ran into it. So now the thing that I've noticed too, when it comes to using Mid Vegeta, this is really what makes him so mid. And that is that his attacks really just don't feel like they hit very hard. They don't. I feel like I have to do a lot of work to whittle down people's age, which is, I'm not complaining in that sense. I'm just pointing it out For anybody who thinks, oh, he's just complaining about the game, get better. No, I'm not. I'm just pointing it out and making a point. He's got a ways to go. Now, if you are somebody who knows how to perform long combos, then you might not notice too much of a difference, but you will find fights going on for longer than they normally would if you were using a character that was slightly stronger. But I can't complain too much about that because it forces you to be good at the game. So in the realm of wanting to be good at the game, that's essentially what you got to do. There's no way around it. But outside of his attack, what I have also noticed is that, and maybe it's less of his attack, and maybe it's more of the fact that his defense feels very low. This Vegeta feels like he's made of paper sometimes. Like, I feel as though I can only get hit a couple of times. Like, he feels more like he's got 2 health bars, and I don't mean like 2, like I mean 2 in the top. It feels like he's got the same amount of health as Chaozu sometimes, because with the amount of damage that I take and the amount of damage it looks like they are actually doing is really it's really scary, because I'm just like, why is he made of paper? He shouldn't be made of paper and be this flimsy. So you have to really do everything you can to not get hit by attacks. Like, I'm talking like when people hit me, and I always get hit with rush attacks, unfortunately. I'm such a sucker. I'm sorry. But if you get hit with rush attacks more than like twice, you're done. That's just it. Now, Explosive Wave puts in a lot of work. I know that you guys see that right there. Both the skill and the ultimate. That's just part of Vegeta's kit. It's great defensively, and it's great offensively, especially when you've got just a little bit of HP to get rid of. But it's an even better ultimate in a lot of cases. And the characters that have it as an unblockable ultimate, they do have to step back. But when you don't have it as an unblockable, you don't have to step back. So you just do it where you land at behind somebody is where it happens. So if you're behind somebody and they can't even block, you're in a great position to just land it. And as you guys see, I'm too hyperactive to avoid getting hit by that. So you see, it looked like it did 9K more than it did 8K or 8 point something K. So Vegeta, and this is just base Gohan from Super, well, at least it was, until he decided to transform. Thank you for embarrassing me. So, and say, all right, you know what, let's finally transform into Super Saiyan. And why is Super Saiyan so mid? Now, I'm not complaining about, I like the combat here. It's a nice switch up for the combat. And a nice way to get hit with an attack. Love, like, absolutely. Then I have another. Same rush chains, though. Very similar combat. I like that little kick up like that. That's probably one of my favorite things. And Vegeta always uses his fist for the leg sweep. I don't know why. That's just his thing. Now, in the realm of facing who you might label as the broken, the meta characters, and I haven't seen SSJ4 Gogeta in quite some time, funny enough. Like, look at the health. He just touched me a little bit and half a bar of health gone. Sorry, pause, but still. Ugh. Gotta play really well defensively. That's not playing really well defensively. See? It's like every interaction there is, very minute interaction, an entire bar of health is just gone. Not an entire bar, but an entire half of the health bar is gone. See, now I could have done the same thing there just now, but I'm gonna try to damage him a little bit and then just use it. If somebody is tripping, if you trip somebody and then you just use it, that's it. They're getting hit with it. There's little ways to combat that. So now the goal here, just try to avoid and run out people's skill meters as much as you can. See, he wanted to really use that just now. Okay, it's nice. Beautiful POV. At this point now, we're just kind of styling on this guy. I'm like, all right, let's end it. Wow. So he came back just to block and not let it end, and then rage quit. This is casuals, mind you. This is casual play. This has been, honestly, I'm not even going to lie to any of you guys, this has been one of the weirdest nights of casual gameplay recording and I don't know if it's because people must hate Vegeta. Like, why do y'all hate Vegeta so much? I bet if he was the one from Super, y'all wouldn't be so assertive. But I digress. Look at that, you see? Breathe. But within Vegeta's Super Saiyan transformation, I didn't even get to point that part out. He has Explosive Wave, but his second skill isn't an instant sparking, it's more of a buff. So, you know, you get that right there, which nobody really uses the buff unless it's I can beat you in 5 seconds. Or something that grants you hyper armor. Those are the only buffs that people really use from a strategic standpoint. So you can imagine the frustration there. Like, look at Oob. He's over this Oob. He's got Wild Sense and an instant sparking. Like, you know, what are you doing with that? And you got Super Saiyan Vegeta, who's just, you know, he's got the Explosive Wave, yeah, but that's 2 skill points, and he only gets a max of 4. So you can do that twice, essentially. Which I'm not saying, you know, let's do it as many times as you can, but the trade-off. We're looking at trade-offs here, and it's not what it's supposed to be. Now, I didn't use Super Vegeta enough times, and I mean, I don't think I used him at all during this video, because he really needs his own video. But maybe him and Trunks need to be in a video together, just so that we can establish the father and son relationship. And speaking of father and son relationships, this is a father and son relationship right here. Like, hey, Kappa, I know it's mentor and master and trainee, but even still. And he decided to challenge me. Why are you challenging me again? Not much is. A little bit's changed. Not much. Why'd you hop out of that so cheerfully? Clearly, we're not training hard enough. Roller coaster. Wow. You dared to fight. You see how great the Explosive Wave is, utilitarian wise. It's just great. You see? Explosive Wave. We don't just call it Explosive Wave, but he's got an instant. See, we have the same kid essentially. This Kappa right here. And that's why you've seen me use base Kappa, and I'm like, base Kappa is great. Especially for, I guess, it depends on your play style. And for my play style, and a lot of people's play styles, it's great. Now, main difference is that Kappa, for his ultimate, he's got a rush attack instead of an Explosive Wave. And he probably doesn't need one, but some people really like having the rush attack. Some people, when they're facing me, all they do is just use the rush attack, and I'm like perfect in prime position to get hit by it. So you can imagine my frustration whenever I get hit by a rush attack, and it's just curtains for me. That's it. There's nothing I can do. I didn't cosign. I didn't do anything. They didn't even ask for my position. Oh my gosh, it's early. It's not early, but still. Like, gosh, man. I don't know. This Vegeta, he just does not. When you compare the mid Goku to this Vegeta, he does not. It's not doing him any justice. So I'm gonna try Super Saiyan one last time. Give him a little bit of motivation to do the same, so that we can really kind of just end this match. This is probably the longest match of the game, and probably because a portion of it was spent just trying to pull off this ult. So he's still got the Explosive Wave. I've still got the Explosive Wave, but you won't see me use. See. Key spam. So easy to avoid, so easy to block. And I'm like, hey, you see this ultimate here. I want to use it. And bro, look at how much health he's got. Hardly any. So I'm like, all right, bro, I'm just trying to do a thing here. I should have did it while he was throwing those key blasts, knowing they were going to get deflected. Hey, bro, can you stay still a moment, Kappa? Stay freaking still for a moment. animation is so long for this ball, and he just vanishes it. He just vanishes it and says, hey, here's a rush attack for you. I know how much you like rush attacks, big boy. Yeah, look at all that going on. That's just his grade 2 rush attack. So before we lose and get embarrassed, good stuff, my student. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Let me know what else y'all think of pitfalls of Mid Vegeta, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.